Welcome back to the Gamers Hall. I'm Chris.
And I'm Adam.
And today we're going to be talking about the deep dive for the rules glossary, is the fact that arcane spells, divine spells, and your primal spells, these are all going to be class specific, but this means that those classes can pick out of this entire list.
Yeah. Until we know what the classes might do and be more specific, this is in general what they get. So for arcane, you have bards, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards,
And artificers.
Then you would also have, in sometimes cases, the subclasses of the Eldritch Knight and the Arcane Trickster would also be in this too.
For the divine spells, that's cleric and paladin.
Right. And then whatever subclasses would deal with those. And then for the primal is druid and rangers. This is kind of a big change, really, because now you have classes that didn't have access to spells that they would have access to now.
Right. Like wizards have access to Hex.
Yeah. And Armor of Agathis. And then on top of that, a warlock would have access to, I don't think they get Grease.
No, they
or
don't.
Alarm. Now they can have Alarm.
That is interesting.
Bards getting
Magic Missile. Warlocks with Magic Missile.
I mean, the changes in some of this is just huge.
Clerics that can Searing Smite or cast Heroism.
A paladin that can Guiding Bolt. On top of that, a ranger that could cast Thunderwave, and a druid that can cast Hunter's Mark.
Whoa, I didn't even think about this. So, if bards draw on the arcane list, that means they don't have access to Cure Wounds.
Right. Because they can't, they don't have Cure Wounds. They don't have Healing Word. There would have to be some type of specificity in the class itself that allows it to gain
access to those.
To the divine spell list as well.
Right.
See, this is a big change. This may be for the good or for the worse, but they're going to have to do more balancing inside the classes, because a bard that can't fill the role of both arcane or can't fill the role of support does not feel like a normal bard.
Right, and that also means artificers don't have access to Cure Wounds either.
They might need to tool this a little bit to keep the classes feeling unique to themselves as well. Because really, if you think about it, a wizard has access to all these. Why would you want to be the bard if you all have the same access to the same spells? Because the bard's all about the versatility of what they can have and have access to. The sorcerer even had its own unique type of spells as well.
It was very few.
Very few,
but Chaos Bolt was one of those.
But it was unique to them, and now it's not. But a warlock now has way more versatility than they ever had before. And what does that mean? Where every short rest I can do this spell over and over and over again?
Although I wonder if the spell list for the classes is just going to stay the spell list, but
when you have a choice of the access to.
No. When they say what kind of spell is this, you have to look. Oh, this is a divine spell. This is an arcane spell for future rules that they might put in place.
That's true. They might have their own.
The class spell list stays the same. All they're saying is these are what the arcane spells are. These are what the divine spells are.
Yeah, Jeremy Crawford has specified that when something would say go look in the divine spell list, it would be accessed this way. So maybe, which we don't know yet 100%, maybe that's all that this is they're classifying these to say, hey, if something says go find a divine spell, you can find it under all of these. That's where it comes from. But a paladin still has these unique spells.
Yeah.
Bard has these unique spells.
The paladin's class spell list is still this list, which that would make more sense.
Or it might be later on that they might go, okay, a bard has access to these spells, but they also have unique bardic spells that they can pick up here.
Yeah, or maybe it's one of those things where like the bardic subclasses will get a set, so it like, hey, at first level you get these added to.
Kind of like cleric subclasses do as well. their own special or sorcerer spell classes, because now they have the same thing. Maybe that's what they're moving towards.
I don't know, but that's it. If it's the first way, wow. If it's the second way, it's going to get interesting.
So this is going to change a lot for the game, everybody. This is definitely one of those that could be great for the game or could really damage how the game functions. So hopefully they get this right and they get more specific.